or the blinded.
Hello! Today is a very different vlog because I have these people with me. Hello!
Hello!
That is Ian.
Hello.
He is a mainly fighter, and this is Kerry, who is all about the magicals and not fighting. Two very different combat styles, because could that be more obvious? So what exactly are LARP weapons and why do we need them? Ian, you're probably good at this.
Well, obviously for safety reasons you can't use real weapons.
That would hurt.
So we use a selection of different weapons, generally foam covered in latex.
Squidginess.
Yep.
We have a few examples. Which we're going to have some weapons.
So you have
Oh, that's a lot of squidge.
there's a lot of squidge.
That is good.
Most of the weapons do have a good solid core though, so you can't well, you could snap it in half, but it'd be tricky to.
It'd probably also be very slappy and flappy if you didn't have a core in them.
Yeah.
They've got
No one wants a limp sword.
There you go.
very, very soft.
Limp sword. Oh dear. Daggers are basically the same as swords.
This is a slightly different design because cast rather than cut and covered in latex.
Handy props person.
We have a prop lady.
For now.
And that is another different type of dagger which is made out of foam and covered in latex.
This is my hammer.
Why do I keep being hit on the
Because
head?
you're in the middle. Basically,
It's a reach weapon. It's a reach weapon. Hit Ian with it.
Same. Okay. Same as swords, except much squidgier padded head. It's a blunt weapon rather than a stabbing weapon.
And you've got even further down the line with my staff, which is, it's known as a subdue weapon rather than a blunt weapon because you can't really do much damage with it. It's just a little but basically you can knock people out, but you can't actually cause them any injuries.
When using types of weapons, what are the different combat styles? Because I'm pretty sure there are. There's what you said, like with blunt weapons and stab weapons. There's also ranged combat.
Yes. You have LARP arrows, which are similar to normal arrows, except the head is made out of foam, a soft foam head.
So it means instead of stabbing people, you leave circular marks on their bodies.
Yep, if they're
Or
muddy.
throats.
And you can just use a normal bow, but most groups restrict your bows to 30 pounds in power.
We've also got the throwing axe, which if you want a sharper fake weapon, I guess.
Yeah, these are completely coreless. You cannot have a cord thrown weapon. Arrows, of course, are like special because they are very different. But these you could just throw, and hopefully it won't take somebody's eye out, even though they have sharp edges on them. And this is a stake. I've never used a stake before.
To us, it's quite specialist. It's for only used in very certain situations.
Yeah, we use it in Fools and Heroes for killing vampires, because what else do you use a stake for? I'm not sure how you use it. You mentioned something about...
Well, I believe that you either knock them out or knock them prone, and then you stab them with it. Trying to aim for the heart, but not actually entering the body. Because that's extremely painful. Especially as it's blunt.
Takes
a lot of force.
Killing the player if you can't kill the monster to a whole new level.
Yeah. Oh god. And apart from that one, there's also magic. As I said, Kerry is a resident magic user. That is a very different form of combat.
Yeah, I'm currently the only magic user in Plimbury at the moment, so I go, ooh, shiny, shiny, shiny magic. A lot of my magic at the moment isn't very offensive. But it's magic using as opposed to, anybody can pick up a sword and just go, ha-ha, hit, hit, hit. But I suppose if you're not very good at it, then yes, so on, so on. But magic, you can't really do that. There's a lot of prep work behind it. It's very technical. You have to do the homework, otherwise you don't get to use the magic. You have to get the wording right. You have to get your target nice and clear, so you have to either... Usually what's done in Fools and Heroes is that they point to the person that they're doing it. But on occasion, if there is lots of chaos going on, sometimes the player's name's called out instead to make it clear who's being aimed at. Because otherwise you end up with a situation where 3 different people think you're pointing at them, and then they all take the magical effect. At which point, like, I'm a very powerful mage.
It's incredibly amusing.
I'm meant to do that.
Or you in the red top, I think is the...
Yeah, there is that as well.
If you don't know anybody's name, just say you and clearly point them out.
But yes, it has to be done in just the right way. So I've got, at the moment, I've got 3 different types of magic, and they are commands, enchantments, and rituals. Rituals are usually performed on a personal weapon, and we surround it in a circle. You walk around it a lot. You say the words. It's all very. This is how it has to be, or else. With enchantments, they're more specific in that they are, you person over there, read this spell, go. And then you get commands which are less powerful, usually, but are a lot more general. So it's just, you drop the thing, or you be quiet.
That's pretty much how it works. I think it's similar for religious, but the only differences tend to be like...
They pray to a god,
yeah, we
rather
pray.
than just going, haha, I am confident in my
And I
own
think
power.
there is actually like a different set of types of magics as well, which is quite different.
But no, it's basically, if you don't get the words right, the magic doesn't work, and you've wasted your power for that spell.
Well fucking done.
At which point, because usually a ref will come over and go, okay, yes, that worked. Or, you fuck that up, you get nothing. Bow! Being threatened.
This
Maybe.
is literally a bow you would use with actual arrows. I'm not good at archery. Ian's the very
Boob's a problem.
Yeah, boob's a problem. But yeah, that's I was even holding it upside down. I would make such a good archer.
So
yeah,
weird.
so as Ian showed earlier, you had the LARP arrows. You literally use it with a standard bow. There's nothing special about this bow. Do you get special LARP bows?
You can do.
What's
But
different?
imagine they're quite
They just
expensive.
look old.
Oh, they look old. Basically it's a reenactment though.
Yeah, bow's a bow.
So yeah, with all LARP stuff, safety is important. What safety things are in place for LARPing?
Well, as I said, the foam weapons, so you don't hit each other too hard.
For archery, it's minimum shooting distances, which is 15 feet.
If you go any closer, you'll probably hurt somebody.
Yep.
And typically, pull your blows is a major thing.
And most LARP systems do
So-
give you a health and safety briefing, rather
That's
than
pulling
actually
blows.
whopping me around the face.
Typically, headshots are discouraged, but they can happen by
Accidents
accident.
happen.
Yeah.
Also, most LARP places do give you a safety briefing either before the event starts or before you join. They will go through the various calls that you might hear, such as time stop. But when it comes to safety, the big one is man down. In a big group, if you're in a big LARP group, if you hear the call man down, you repeat it yourself so everybody around you hears it, and you kind of pass the call on. And at that point, everybody stops what they're doing because someone's actually had a real injury.
Okay. Ian, would you be able to talk about what it's like in the larger battles? Because we've mostly talked
Yes.
about the smaller ones. You've actually done fest combat. What's that like?
Well, fast combat is much different because you have so many more people you're fighting alongside. The group we were with, we had about 300 people fighting together.
That's a lot of people.
So they generally separate the groups out into the combat types. So we had a lot of people fighting with shields at the front, a few people with spears leaning over the top, and then me with archery stuff was going around the sides.
Or being captured by orcs.
Shut up.
They have fun in these kind of battles.
Yeah.
Are the calls similar for when people are down, or is it just every man for himself? I don't know how that works.
What, man down in the big battles?
Yeah.
Yeah, man down is similar, except they don't stop the entire battle, it's only nearby.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, don't attack injured people. That's just mean.
It is a dick move. Another thing, it tends to be LARP fighting tends to be big, swishy, and flashy rather than
Technical.
Yeah. I don't know if it's like that in the fest battles. If it's
It gets a bit chaotic.
It is chaotic and it tends to be a lot more line fighting and repetitive.
oh, okay.
But I mean, because the weapons are made of foam and latex, you can afford to be a bit flashier with it. You can do the big swinging over arcs, you can do the big slashes.
You can completely ham it up.
And of course,
Sword is...
and of course, in retaliation, you can do the big reaction, the Power
God.
Rangers style.
Yeah, no, you couldn't easily
Except
do
without
that
the fireworks.
with a. Yeah, you can't easily do that with a with a metal sword, and it's really, really hench. Yeah, I would love to thank my friends for helping me with LARP weaponry, because I suck at it, because I don't fight, and also for like showing us all of their frickin' weapons, because it's becoming like a tiny armory in Ian's house.
What happens when you LARP? You develop weapons and costumes.
Collect things. So I will not be making a vlog next week because I'm on holiday, but after that I have no idea what I'm doing. So it'll be a surprise. So thank you and bye!
Bye!